We're at the home of the Mavericks, a fortress of basketball known as the American Airlines Center, here in Dallas, Texas. The NBA on 2K Sports, that is the place you want to be. And we're happy to have you with us on our broadcast today. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. We've got Tayshaun Prince. Brandon Knight is out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Greg Monroe, and it's Max Seal in at the four-man position. And for Dallas, Dirk and Marion flank Haywood in the middle. Delonte West is out there with Jason Kidd.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that Detroit was the dominant team in the Eastern Conference year after year. But times change, a lot of turnover in Detroit, and they are in a major rebuilding mode now.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Nowitzki, the pass to Marion. It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Here's Nowitzki. The dish to Kidd. Some nice passing. Fires from deep. The offensive rebound. Haywood. And slam down home. Another look on the spike slam king.
Now that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Steve, back to what you were saying about the Pistons. You know, it's hard to tell when it's time, to move a successful team historically in a different direction. Clark, you're part of a front office, and I'm sure you guys battle with that every day. When do you make the change? When do you stick with what you've got?
Yeah, it's kind of the conundrum. Do you jump before you get pushed? You know, teams get older, players get older. They did trade Chauncey Billups, and they let Rasheed Wallace go, and I think that timing was about right. The problem is that now you've got to make good choices and have your young players start to develop. And a true power dunk, Kev. I thought he might squeeze the air out of the ball on that one.
Well, when he gets it near the basket, you know where he's headed.
And he's going fast and with force.
Yeah, and high. Here's West. Rodney Stuckey covering. Outside Kidd. Out to West. From outside the arc. Here's Haywood. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Stands here now for a three-point play. The Pistons making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. That free throw good from Haywood.
I like the fact that the Mavs were a really strong team at home, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it seems like each year they find a way to win in front of a terrific home crowd.
Back to Monroe. Guarded by Marion. From the post. Max Seal dishes to Knight. Clock at 4. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, that's definitely a good look. I mean, defense can't be that relaxed. I mean, they got there and expect him to miss it consistently from there. He's too good.
First personal foul, team's turn.
Here's Nowitzki. Maxiel is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Back to the Mavs, that home crowd. They also have another guy who's pretty important in that audience. That's their owner. You know, Steve, he's watching every game in Dallas.
Yeah, from right behind the bench, too. That's something that the team is grown accustomed to. And Mark Cuban has been a terrific owner for the Mavericks. He's turned that franchise around. And he's really a major part of their culture.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. They'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
Well, it was a major struggle for Detroit, as you would expect, against the strong Western Conference last season. They really struggled when they went away from the East.
He's perfect from the line this time. But, you know, for the Pistons in the Western Conference, Clark, not a big deal right now. But eventually they're going to have to obviously improve in that area when they are approaching the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, 8 wins last year and 9 the year before. I mean, they've got bigger issues they've got to deal with.
They got to win at home. They got to win in their conference and division. You know, first things first.
That's right. Well said.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. If what he told me was right, we're in for a rugged battle here. He said we are going to put everything we have into our defense, and I mean everything. If that means overly physical play, that's what we're prepared to do. He sounds pretty serious, gentlemen.
Thanks, Doris. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, you know what? I think the game plan for a lot of... How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
I think one overlooked aspect of the Mavs' run to the title last year, guys, was the play of Marion. I mean, Sean Marion, his athleticism on the floor allows them to be pretty good and flexible on defense. Old school, old-fashioned, one-hand power jam.
Just like you, Clark, tried and true.
That's all he needed to do, just taking care of business out there. He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
A different look for Dallas. Mahimi's checked in, and it's Terrian for Delonte West. The Mavericks leading.
Well, getting back to Sean Marion, you know, even as he gets older, he has shown the ability to guard multiple positions. And I thought that was one of the big reasons for the Mavs' success in the Miami series. Marion guarded Dwayne Wade, he guarded LeBron, and he spent big minutes on the floor. It was really, really a huge factor.
Mahimi and blocked. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at it.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game. Now they really look to run immediately after that turnover.
Well, that's how you cash in. You don't want to waste any time after the turnover. Go at it right away.
Monroe's shot is good. Here's Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Terry. Puts up the baby hook. Good in the assist to Kidd.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
That ties it up.
He's a pleasure to watch on the offensive end. I know I wouldn't want to guard him.
About 7.5 minutes left to play here in the first. It's Terry outside, and a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Kidd's got his 4th assist in this one. Knight kicks to Maxiel. He kicks it to Knight. Kicks to Prince. Guarded by Marion. No good. Some solid D from Nowitzki. And they're moving it up. Money shot. And another basket for Dallas.
Now he took advantage of that mismatch size-wise, but right up with him.
Yeah, he loves those mid-range jumpers.
And here's Gordon from outside. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Tipped.
I'm not sure what they're thinking offensively. Poor decision on that pass. Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
Kidd passes to Terry. Monroe gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
You know, Terry turning in another good year for the Mavs last season, Kevin. Contributed about 16 points a game and shot it quite well from deep, all off the bench.
Jerebko's checked in for Jason Maxiel. He hits both from the stripe. Going back to Terry, Steve, he was big for them in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, he sure was, Kevin. I mean, in the finals, you know, Dirk took home the MVP trophy, and it was much deserved. But without Terry, there's no way Dallas wins. He was stellar, particularly in that closeout Game 6, where he carried his team in the first half.
You know, everybody's got a job to do. Each player has a role, and clearing space under the boards, that's his.
And then collecting on the second chance points clutch, so important.
Man, is he hard to handle in the paint. Just so strong, and he attacks.
Here's Marion. 8 points for him. At the lead pass.
That time he got a pretty clear run to the hoop.
It was Clark, and he took full advantage of it.
And not just with any old finish. I mean, that was a big-time dunk.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
You know, the Mavericks did a really good job against the East, and you have to be strong out of conference if you're going to grab the number 3 seed in the West.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Taken away by Kidd. Goes up. Now hits. There's the break. Here's Knight. Looking for his first bucket of the game. You're right about the Mavs there, Clark. 22-8 against the East last year. Steve, some good numbers.
On a surprising note, they swept some of the bigger fish over in the Eastern Conference. 2 wins each versus Boston and Miami. Oddly enough, they struggled against Milwaukee. Like playing down to your competition.
Outside Gordon. There's one for 3. That's good. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead. Now Kidd. Kidd is double. Dishes to Mahinmi. To the paint. Tries to keep it alive.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
And it's the Pistons with the ball. Trailing by 2. Here's Knight. No good. That would have tied it.
You know, his reputation is such that you'd be surprised with him missing any layup opportunity.
Now the Pistons with it. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here comes Kidd. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Took a gamble there to try to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get a hold of it, but still a nice play.
Here is Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Nowitzki knocks it loose. Guarded by Prince. 5 to shoot. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the 3. Nowitzki's got 5. Pistons trailed by 5. From outside, the shot no good. And Dallas has possession, leading by 5.
Another Coach of the Year winner here. Rick Carlisle, he took the award back in 2002 when he was with the Pistons. He's proved since then that he knows exactly what to do in leading the team no matter where he is.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Zach Clark, what you were saying about Carlisle, he has shown flexibility in his style too. You know, Steve, he's changed up a little bit from what he was earlier in his career.
Yeah, he's adapted to his talent base. Basically, his Detroit teams were really defensive-minded. But he's been able to thrive playing a more up-tempo style in Dallas with the Mavericks.
Kidd kicks to Carter. Lots of room. Shot is off. So Detroit will take it the other way. Prince outside. Fires for 3. And Brandon Knight the bucket on the assist by Prince. Knight's got 5.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 weeks, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Marion comes in for Jason Kidd. Detroit also making some changes. Jason Maxiell's checked in for Prince. Damian Wilkins comes in for Ben Gordon. And it's Bynum in for Knight. Bynum gets called for the reach. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line.
Jason Terry has had such a consistently productive career. He now has 11 straight campaigns where he's averaged better than 12 points per game. So he's a guy who you know what you're going to get from each and every night.
Both shots good from the stripe. Steve just talked about Terry's consistency. It's always good, Clark, to have someone you know is going to come off that bench and going to get points for you every night. That consistency.
No mystery, no puzzle with JT. Jason Terry is bringing you offense, high-level energy, and shot making. It's clear they had one thing on their mind when they came out of the gate today. Rebound.
Yeah, and they've opened up the game with a pretty good margin in that area. Great sign for this club.
That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
Here's Bynum. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. And when you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
It's tipped. It's Terry outside. Another three for Dallas.
What a quarter for him. And with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
Monroe dishes to Wilkins. The pass to Uretko. Here's the three. And another three for Detroit.
They strike right back with a three of their own.
Steve, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball.
Bynum is whistled for reaching in. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
You know, looking at Vince Carter, in his prime, I thought he was one of the greatest scorers and dunkers in the league. Maybe top 5 in both categories, but now at 34 years old, he's grounded a bit.
Knights checked in for Detroit. And so he hits both. We're talking about Vince Carter, not one to ever make excuses, but you heard through the grapevine, Steve, that his knees are starting to be a problem for him.
Well, Clark mentioned his age. I mean, that's just the reality of playing in this league, particularly somebody like Vince Carter, who's a high flyer. You think about all that impact on his joints and his knees and his ankles. It takes its toll. And, you know, his days as a superstar are behind him, but Carter still with the ability to be an effective player out there.
Carter left side. Shoots over Monroe. And it's Carter missing. Pistons trailed by 8. Right out. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. And stolen by Maxiel. And here we go. Deflects the pass. Nowitzki with the steal. And the Mavericks with possession. 8-point game. Second shot opportunity. And it's the Pistons with the ball. Trailing here by 8. A three. That's good. Wilkins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Mavericks leading by 5. Nice movement. Marion up top. 8 points for him. Lets it go from deep. And it's Carter missing.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
Here's Uretko. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one. Free throw, no good. The Mavericks making a switch here. Lights checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And Dallas has possession. Leading by 5. Now here's Terry. Guarded closely. Marion kicks to Terry. Over Wilkins. And there's Jason Terry on the assist by Marion. 18 points for Jason Terry. Fires the 3. And the ball goes on a play and able to keep it in.
Mavericks ball.
It could go. Carter. No good on that last second attempt there. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter.